everybody, it's Andrea from Chronic Matters. I thought I would pop up a little update on where I'm at in my illness or wellness or lack thereof, my journey. And it's been a rough 2 weeks since I last uploaded. We do still obviously have Ruby, the little golden retriever puppy. She's super sweet, but I mean, she's what, 10 weeks or 11 weeks old maybe, and so she's very much a puppy and getting into puppy things. The toddler, our 3-year-old, got sick and passed that sickness to myself and my husband wound up getting bronchitis, or sorry, not bronchitis, pneumonia from it. And so our whole little house has just been really struggling. When somebody who's chronically ill gets like sick on top of it, and then their caregiver gets sick, things just fall apart, and it's really difficult to catch them up because it's already hard to stay on top of, like, say, household chores already, and keep, like, because we have 3 kids, right? Like, the 2 are older, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a lot going on in this house. And so having my husband sick, having the little puppy and myself be sick, and our little toddler be sick, and then she wanted to sleep in bed every night with me, it's been really difficult. We also had a really terrible situation happen with Gus. He is allergic to cucumbers. He's quite allergic to cucumbers. We have known this for a little while now. But the other night he had the reaction of all reactions, and I don't really want to go into much detail because it was incredibly emotionally difficult for me, because he is my kind of everything when I'm here all by myself all day long. But he randomly had a very severe anaphylactic allergic reaction, and it was an emergency call out to the vet, and thankfully he didn't need to be like intubated when they got there. The really rapid acting injections that they gave him slowed the allergic reaction down enough that he didn't need parental help. So that was good, except the medication that he was taking the next day, because the next day we had to go back in the morning. We had to wake up at 3 in the morning to make sure the allergic reaction hadn't restarted. Because my husband and I are both registered nurses, she felt comfortable giving us IM injection medication to bring home if it should have started up again. But it didn't, luckily. And the next morning he went back for an ultrasound, and we found that his liver and kidneys were swollen from either the medication or the initial allergic reaction. And so we started him on prednisone to help bring down the reaction that his body was having. And I don't know if he's allergic to it or if it's bad luck or what, but he got really sick after that. And so he had lost his bladder on our bed, and he threw up like at the same time as losing his bladder. He had diarrhea on the stairs. Like, this is not my Gus, right? This is not he's normally a very healthy dog. And so today he's back at the vet, and he has spent all day at the vet having blood work and x-rays and just kind of like the whole run of things, because we aren't sure if there's further damage or perhaps something is going on that we're missing. In any case, that has not been pleasant. It's attacked my mental health quite significantly, and I feel really lonely. My kids are at school. We needed a weekend off, so Grandma took the littlest human. The two bigs are still with us, and so we've got that going on, but they're, you know, a little bit less work at this age because they're 13 and 10, so they're just a little bit less work. I'm hoping to get into the sewing room with my daughter, my 10-year-old, and her and I can just play in the sewing room and maybe make some pajamas or something lighthearted and fun. And I'm trying to keep my mind on the positive, but I think probably for anyone who gets stuck at home, you can understand how difficult that is. I did not go with Gus to the vet when he went, and the reason being is that severe emotional upset tends to play with my functional neurologic disorder, and it will stop, like I'll have a seizure or I will have a paralysis episode just because I'm like really severely emotionally upset. And so I stayed home and I took diazepam to help combat having a reaction, and it was absolutely terrible because I wasn't sure how quick the vet was going to get there. So anyway, that's sort of what's been going on in our house. It's not been fun. I thought I would update. I mean, there's not many people who follow this channel, but I know the algorithm doesn't like new channels that don't put up material fairly frequently. So I thought I would talk about a little bit about what's going on. I don't think I really have too much in the way of advice for people who might be in the same situation that I'm in, where, you know, like you're already chronically ill and then the world falls apart around you. You can't stop the world from happening just because you have chronic illness. As pleasant as it would be to stop that, I couldn't, you know, make it so my friend didn't die. I couldn't help Gus's reaction. Like, I couldn't stop my husband from getting pneumonia. I couldn't stop my daughter from getting sick. These things, they happen, and life just continues on, you know, even though that you're sitting here and things you think maybe can't get worse, and then they do. So I think the only suggestion I really have is to look at the positive when everything is standing, like the weight of the world is sitting directly on your chest. It feels like, just take the time to look at the blessings that you do have. You know, we had access to emergency medicine for Gus, and, you know, that saved his life. And I'm home because we don't know what he reacted to, right, in the environment. I'm home, so if he has another reaction, you know, I'm around to see it happen. I'm around to intervene immediately. Like, he'll have an EpiPen now, he just doesn't have an EpiPen yet. And then we got told how to use intervention medication, like Benadryl or whatever, and I don't think my husband or I thought we could use as much as what we used, because we don't even give that much to people. But I don't know, I guess it's life over limb, right? So we have a new protocol that we've taught the kids how to administer if they, say, came home and I was out or something and I wasn't with Gus for some reason, but if I was out and they came home, we've explained to them how to administer the emergency medications, and you know, don't stop, don't ask questions, don't phone me for permission, just get the Benadryl into him. So, you know, I'm really thankful to be here all the time for him right now, and so I guess that's the blessing that I'm holding on to. But it's not easy when the world falls apart and you're already chronically ill. It just is what it is. Anyway, that's all for right now. I hope you guys are having a better couple weeks than we are. Bye.